Infinity Train is known for its colorful cast of characters, and none are quite as striking as the cat. She's the one significant character who's appeared in every season in some form. Even over 1-1 and Emilia, she is ever elusive and sneaky, possibly the straight up coolest of the characters, and I feel could be a fair bit to interpret from her appearances. For a start, I figure I establish who exactly the cat is. Generally, a lot of inhabitants on the train are denizens, and even that label's a little broad. Are these guys exactly dogs, cats, and anthropomorphic objects? Or are they something else programmed to be those things? Atticus at one point was turned into one of those monstrous golems, which are often seen scouring the wastelands. So I wonder if denizens are basically those reconditioned and made sweeter. Are they generally more science or more magic? Regardless, the cat generally embodies characteristics of a cat, and lives pretty consistently as one, with the mischievousness that pertails. I doubt there was ever a history whether she was a human who turned into a cat. Now she is a very particular cat. For one, she can talk. She's also established to be really old, like she hasn't had a break in 150 years, which is possible she's stretching what having a break means, but we can assume she's been around for at least that amount of time. And we see her being pretty much the same decades in the past. She's also generally more proactive than most denizens, and is very technically proficient, knowing how certain things work. We don't know how she's connected with like the upper heads of a train. She doesn't seem to have much connection to 1-1, and she only got involved with Emilia through her coercion after she took over the train. We see her being an active character before then, and she could have some connections explaining her technical proficiency. Now getting for chronological appearances, which are basically seasons 4, 3, 1, 2, and back 3. I think her appearances in season 4 are interesting because while this is the cat with an odd job, it's different from jobs she'd have later on in the timeline. She doesn't seem to have much of a con cat angle, and is really just doing a job. We get a line regarding Teak has ordered and never picked up, which gives a sense that Cat is doing her job and is dealing with bad customers. She also seems kind of uncomfortable with her dress getup, all poofy and not very maneuverable. It's interesting contrasting to her later looks with a close button-up vest, which seems a lot more practical and suits her style. She still has her iconic spunk, just to a lighter extent. After helping the heroes out of her predicament, she mentions needing a favor later. We never see her again this season, so who knows what the favor may have been. We also learned she used to be a helper with the younger Simon, and she had an unfortunate case where she ended up running away from him while they were being pursued. We actually seen a flashback to when she split with Simon, and honestly, she didn't do anything wrong. They were being chased by a monster. She was small enough to escape and he wasn't. He also seemed to have been saved very quickly anyway. The way he brought it up, it seemed much more worse, and if a cat was a more selfish character, she would have brought up that clarification more in front of his friends, which shows the maturity she actually has, and Simon kind of sucks. You saw how high he's never got? Anyway, going on for the events of season 1, you see a much more self-assured cat, proudly selling a donut holder with her iconic button vest. There's some pause selling it to a man who's literally water, and most cats hate waters, but beggars can't be choosers. She's currently being used by Emilia, so while demonstrating some for sliminess, a lot of it can't really be put on her. Heck, in the end, when she showed Tulip Emilia's backstory, she ended up helping both sides while giving Tulip insight, also humanizing Emilia to possibly see her better angels. Now we get to season 2, where she's running a carnival show. She's abiding by the train's rules, but is showing some for her trickster nature and having fun with it. Seems like a better place than season 4 at least. Heading to season 3, we get her chilling in the snow car, with her iconic line, "I haven't had a break in 150 years. It's cool seeing Cat chilling after all of her hard work conning. We see her interacting with Simon. I already explained how she was in the right and did nothing wrong. We also see her with a big baggy bathrobe, reminiscent of her first canonical look in the next season. But here it seems to be more of her own choice, and it's more casual. It reminds me of how animals like to be like humans, to an extent sort of admiring us. So let the hardworking cat wear whatever she wants. Button vest, bathrobe, go for it. Also funny she's on good terms with Randall with the whole snow thing, showing she can make friends with even sentient water. Anyway, that's some of my introspection with the cat. What are some of your notes on Cat? Other characters to look into? Anyway, cheers.